Hi, I'm Karen. We're here at Montavilla Sewing Center, and today we're talking about the Baby Lock Triumph serger. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do gathering. Now, gathering is where you want to put a ruffle on something like this. I'm going to show you how to do the gathering. If you were going to actually put it on, you'd have to sew it separately or get a separate foot for that. But how to gather your fabric. First of all, you start out with 4-thread serging. Just set it up like normal. But the magic comes with two things. First of all, you want to change your stitch length to the longest stitch length, just like you're gathering on your sewing machine. You want to have a long stitch length. And then we want to put the differential all the way up to the top. Now, if you look at the little bitty picture here, you can see it sort of looks, the arrows are going together. That means it's going to be gathering. Now, the differential, by way of reminder here, you have two sets of feed dogs, one in front and one in back. When it's on neutral, those two sets of feed dogs move an equal distance. When you have it on gather, the front set of feed dogs moves more than the back. And opposite, when you're down here, the front feed dogs move less than the back, which means you're going to get more of a stretched out thing. But if you're doing gathering, put it all the way up there to 2. Now, it may be a little bit different. You might get more gathering on something that's a fine, thin fabric than you do on a thicker fabric. And of course, you can't really gather denim because it's just too thick. So I'm going to use quilting cotton. Now, this quilting cotton piece, I finished this with a wave stitch that you can do on this machine, and that's a different video. Make sure and watch that because it's a good one. But I'm going to gather this piece and show you how that happens. Now, to start with, you want to have a little bit of fabric that you're cutting off here. That will make a nicer edge. And as you're gathering, as you're sewing, you want to watch this to make sure that keeps cutting off the edge and it doesn't kind of come off the edge where you don't want it to be. Okay, so let's get it started here. Now, as it's going, you can see the gathering's already happening right here. But I'm watching over here to make sure it cuts off the same amount all the way down. I'm taking it a little bit slower. I could probably slow down my speed slider right there a little bit. When you get to the end here, take a hold of the end of the thread tail right at the edge of the fabric, not way back here because you don't want your fabric coming ungathered. So hang on to it right here and then cut it off and leave a little bit of extra tail. The reason for that is if you want to gather it up even more, you can take your threads, the short ones, those are your needle threads. So hang on to those, and you can gather this up even more, even into a tighter gather. That's, say, like if you wanted to fit this to a straight piece, you could do that. So that's how you would gather here. I'm going to show you. I can really get it up tight if I need to. Okay. Now, for taking out the stitches, like if you're stitching and you want to just do this over again, maybe with a little bit less of a gather, you can do that. You can take those out by hanging onto your threads, pulling them all the way out. And this is the needle threads we're holding on to. Just leave the looper threads alone. Once you've got the needle threads out, the looper threads just come right off, and then you could do it over again. So by way of review, if you've got a piece here that you are you've serged, but you want to take that serging out. Maybe you want to change the colors of the thread, or you just don't want that piece in there. You can take a hold of those looper threads or the needle threads, and then the looper threads come right out. So that is gathering and how to remove your stitches too when you are done stitching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have, give us a thumbs up. If you have comments or questions, you can leave those in the area down below. We have lots of other videos on this machine and on other machines here on our Montavilla YouTube channel, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye.